I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I think that this is um I don't know how you come to a conclusion like this. Like, this is ridiculous. So, Dan Orlovsky decided to do his top 10 quarterbacks of 2021 list, along with a article done by ESPN Plus, where it was like a handful of scouts, professional experts, or even executives in the field of the NFL. And even that list was trash, but I'm not paying $6 just to look at it. It's somewhat similar to this, with a couple things here and there. But I did want to talk about this because, you know, I understand that it's not like, first off, it's just because Dak Prescott isn't number one that's an issue. Like, I understand that. I do think that there are definitely quarterbacks ahead of him. Absolutely. My problem is that as an NFL fan and someone that loves to watch the sport of football, I think that there are people like Dan Orlovsky and that work at ESPN and these 3 4 letter networks that get paid for the dumbest takes I've ever seen. You know? And the way I would look at it is that, hey, sometimes I feel like you don't need to have a brain to get a job at ESPN. And I understand that there are people that work there for the longest times, but I digress. Let's go ahead and let's look at his list. So I'm going to pull it up for you right here. And so you got Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady as the first 3. I'm cool with that. Like, you can put that in any way. Well, Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, is number 1 regardless. But, like, you could put Aaron Rodgers at 2, Tom Brady at 3, like, or vice versa, and I'd be cool with that. Me personally, I would put Tom Brady at 2, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, when you get to 4, you have Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen had his breakout year this year, but I need to see another year to determine, like, hey, this guy, isn't a fluke. When Dak Prescott had his breakout year in 2019, before I can go out and be like, okay, like, yeah, he has the potential to be there, but we need to see it translate into the following year, which we were seeing it translate, but he got hurt. So, for me, Josh Allen being 4 is too high for now. If he has a similar year next year, then we'll have a conversation. Now, with Russell Wilson being in the top 5, I agree there. I think he should be 4, maybe 3, depending on how you look at things. But I think that, that's fine. I don't think Russell Wilson is a worse quarterback than Josh Allen. I would put him at 4. Now, Lamar Jackson at 6. I do think Lamar is a really good quarterback, but the fact that he's above some of these other guys, not everybody, but like more specifically, like, I just, the list throws me off. And with Lamar, I do believe he is a top 10 quarterback, okay? And I think that that's fair to say, mainly due to the fact of his skill set. I don't want to hear this crap of, he's a running back at the quarterback position, because that's a load of crap, because now that he's been in the league for some time now, and we kind of have seen what he can do at his full potential, and I mean, he's led the Ravens to 3 straight playoff appearances, and he finally got a playoff win. I think it's important to start having this conversation. Now, is he better than some of these other guys on the list? Again, no, but I do think that Lamar deserves to be in the top 10, but above some of these other guys, no. Now you have Matthew Stafford at 7. I think this is the most egregious. I don't understand what's this infatuation with Matthew Stafford, but it really does irk me that he is above guys like Ryan Tannehill and Dak Prescott, because, look, we're talking about Matthew Stafford, the same Matthew Stafford. Now, again, is he a terrible quarterback? No, I'm not trying to push that type of narrative, but he's not that worthy of a top 10 selection. And it's just like, I think it's because, with him being in Detroit and, how Detroit's been like cursed basically, people like feel bad for him. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I think that this is, um, I don't know how you come to a conclusion like this. Like, this is ridiculous. But I think that Matthew Stafford's definitely in the top 15, but above guys, in this list, no. I think that's a bit ridiculous. He had Calvin Johnson for his whole career. He had Kenny Galladay. He had plenty of which to work with. Sure, the coaching might be an issue, but like, he made the playoffs, I believe, 3 or 4 times. I want to say 4 times. I think it was 3 actually. 3 times with the Lions, and they never won the Like they had chances to win the NFC North. The most notable ones were in 2014 and 2016. I think they were like, they needed to win like 2 more games or a game, and they would have won the division, and they choked that. So, you could put that on Stafford, or you could put that on the Lions organization, but I mean, no, he's not a top 10 quarterback. Stop it. Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, look, Ryan Tannehill is in the same position as Josh Allen because, Ryan Tannehill really emerged in 2019. He had a fantastic year in 2020, but I need to see one more before I can, say for certain that this dude is in the stud field of quarterbacks. And again, like, I'm willing to put him in the top 10 because he's been, but, I need to see more before I push him up higher. Now, to put him above Dak Prescott, the reason I wouldn't put Tannehill or Stafford, or rather, well, it's for different reasons. Dak has been in the league since 2016, and he has a resume that is really good for someone of his age to come in and do what he did. And considering he's going into his 6th year, and, really year 4, Dak Prescott, showed like, oh, this is this guy improving and stuff like that. He deserves to be higher on this list. But to not go full on Dak, but the thing that kind of bothers me, and I think it's because of the off the field issues, Deshaun Watson is definitely a top 10 quarterback. You can argue that he might be better than Dak. But I just look at this and it's like, what in the hell? Like like Justin Herbert in the top 10 already? Like, that's crazy, man. I don't do rankings like this. I do more so tier lists, which we're going to get into in just a second as a two-parter, but oh my god, man, this list is ridiculous. Nah, I mean, that ain't it. I think that if you wanted to make this list make sense, I think it should be 1 Mahomes, 2 Brady for me. Rodgers 3. I think Russell Wilson at 4. I think at 5 you can have either Dak Prescott or Deshaun Watson. I would put Dak at 5. Watson at 6. At 7 I would have Ryan Tannehill, or actually I would have Lamar Jackson at 7, and then I would have Ryan Tannehill at 8 with the opportunity to move up if he continues his great play. And then 9 and 10, I would have to refresh myself with the list of quarterbacks, but you can maybe put Josh Allen in there and maybe someone else, but we'll go over that momentarily. But yeah, this is a stupid list. So let's get into this tier list, because for me, I grade quarterbacks on a tier list based off of, where they rank. Like, I don't do a traditional 1 through 32 because I feel like that shouldn't be a way you grade a quarterback. You should really do it based off of their play in a certain tier. So we're going to go through a couple of these really quickly to give you a sense of how I feel about, this overall class of quarterbacks, and like also where do I rank the others. So to go through it quickly, Aaron Rodgers is here. this is no-brainer. Um, Baker Mayfield is here. I mean, I think he's coming into his own. We just need to give him a bit more time. Um, so there's that. I think that Ben Roethlisberger is now a solid franchise quarterback. He's kind of he's kind of regressing, but I definitely think that he's still up there. But like at this point, he's kind of like in the Philip Rivers situation, where like, you know, basically, he needs the team around him to be good to win. Cam Newton, he's kind of washed at this point. I was a huge fan of. I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I never was like I stopped being a fan. Like I like Cam, but I just think that he's just he's not it. But we'll have to see what happens. Dak, I would say he's here. I mean, he's proven with everything that he deserves to be there. I think Derek Carr is a solid franchise quarterback. I think Deshaun Watson deserves to be there. Drew Lock, I need to see another year out of before the jury's out, because I don't know. I mean, right now, actually, I would probably put him here because I think he's been in the league since 2017, but still. Jared Goff, is he terrible? No, but like he's not like a franchise guy. So, then you have Jalen Hurts. Too early to tell. I'm not going to be unfair there, but as of right now, I would have him as like a below average starter. Um, Jameis Winston. Here's the thing. Like Jameis has the tools to be a really good quarterback, but I need to see what happens in New Orleans. Jimmy Garoppolo. He's okay. I mean, he's a solid starter. Josh Allen, he's an emerging franchise guy. I think that we need to give him another year before and really when he gets his next contract, how he performs is going to be like, what I grade these guys off of. Kirk Cousins is solid. I think that Kirk Cousins is an underrated quarterback in the league. I do like him. I definitely have been thinking about putting him in the top 10. I think that he might be in the top 15 most definitely. But yeah. I think that Lamar, I want to say he's still in the emerging tier, but that's because I need to see him with a second contract and kind of see how that team reacts to that. But that's just me. I mean, I still would put him and Josh Allen in the top 10, but that's just a completely different metric. Here, I need to see like maybe one more year when they get that next contract type of situation. Because I was gonna say because they're almost there. Matt Ryan, he's solid. Patrick Mahomes, he's elite. So is Russell Wilson. Ryan Tannehill is an emerging franchise guy. I need to see some more time out of him in Tennessee before I can make that final determination. But yeah, he's right now. He would be a top 10 quarterback. Sam Darnold, he's below average right now. I need to see how he does in Carolina. If he ends up being the guy, who knows? But we'll see. Matthew Stafford, I think that honestly, he's solid. But then again, like that was with his time in Detroit. We'll see how he does in Los Angeles. Nick Foles, he's not that great. I mean, unless he's in Philly, but then you have Teddy Bridgewater. Nah, he's not that good anymore. Tom Brady, we all know where he goes. Mitchell Trubisky, good lord, and then Carson Wentz. Here's the thing, like I think that he's honestly, if at his ceiling, he can be really good, but right now, I mean, after 1 year, I can't say like, oh, like I would say is a solid starter right now. I mean, if we were to have this list a year ago, I would put him in solid franchise quarterback or, something of that caliber. But, hey, I mean, we'll see what happens in Indy. I mean, for all we know, he ends up being the guy that he was supposed to be. But, and then I don't know why Alex Smith is on this list. He's retired now. But, and yeah, this isn't the rankings based off of like who in the particular order from left to right. This is just where I would put him. But yeah, like this is exactly how I would put this list, honestly. Because, I think it's kind of unfair to really put some of these other guys in the top 10 that, like, like, for when you put someone in the top 10, you're like, oh, he's better than that. I feel like you should put people into tiers based off of where they're at career path wise, and then grade them there. But yeah, like, as I mentioned with my top 10, I think up until Ryan Tannehill. I think Ryan Tannehill was 7 or 8. 8, because I put Lamar at 7. I think that then the next two I would probably put honestly Josh Allen in there. Well, Josh Allen, yeah, I would put him in the same tier as like around there, like 8 or 9. And then it just gets tough because, like, you're trying to think of these other guys. I mean, like, outside of Josh Allen, and that's not saying that he's, worse than the other guys in front of him. It's just, it's more of a, I need to see another year before you move up a peg, because for consistency's sake, I think you could put Kirk Cousins in that mix. Don't get it twisted. Kirk Cousins is definitely in that list there. And I think that you can maybe put in, Baker Mayfield or Matthew Stafford. But again, like, it's hard, because then it's like you got to look at all these other factors. But yeah, that's my tier list, because you know what? I wanted to do it because Dan Orlovsky and ESPN suck at grading quarterbacks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell. And I'll catch you guys out in the next one. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.